time you can see that. So today we are starting from the Java string. We all know that what is that string. In the previous session, I have already told you that what is that string. String is basically, it is that whatever I will write within the double quote, that will be a string, and string are used to storing text. Storing string are used to storing text. Basically, storing text means whatever I will write within the double quote, that will be a string. Like in the time of variable declaration, that what is the syntax of variable declaration? First of all, you need to mention the data type. What data type you need to? What data type you need to store into that variable? So this is the syntax here. Just because this is the topic of the string, so I have mentioned the data type as string. After that, I have given the name, that variable name. That is the mandatory thing, that each and every time whenever you are declaring any variable, you need to give a separate name or unique name to your variable. So in the time when you want to use that particular variable, so you can call that by name, and you can get the output for that particular variable, that value is storing into the variable. So here there is a string type there, string data type I have mentioned. Greeting is the variable name, and equals to, look at this, within the double quotes I have written. Within the double quote I have written, that means this is a string. Whatever I will write within in a Java, whatever I will write in double quote, that will be a string. In fact, not only that ABCD that we are writing within the double quote, if you are writing something like numerical data also, that will be also a string. Suppose here I have written within the double quote that hello. If I am writing 1, 2, 3, 4 within the double quote, that is also a string, because in Java, whatever I am writing within the double quote, that is a string. Now, the string length. A string in Java is actually an object. That string, that is an object actually, because Java is pure object oriented programming. And you can say no, Java is not object oriented programming. In the last session I have told you that, because in Java we use 8 primitive data types. Those are the data types, those are not the object. Just because of that 8 primitive data type, Java is not 100% object oriented programming language, but still Java is an object oriented programming language, right? Not 100%, but Java is a object-oriented programming language. So whatever that string is, this is an object which contain methods that can perform certain operation on string. For example, the length of the string can be found within the length method. Within the length method, that means in Java there are some predefined methods. Just a minute. String length in Java, we have already, in the last session, I have talked about the reserved keyword. I have talked about that reserved keyword. What is the reserved keyword? Like the string int, that is for taking the integer data type, that we are using int. For string, we are using string, char. Those kind of that word have been already reserved by Java. Those we call that the reserved keyword. Like the same thing, Java also creates some method also, predefined method. For the timing, you don't need to understand about the methods and all, because there is a separate chapter on method. For the timing, you just remember, if you have learned the C, C++, or any programming language, that in basically the C, C++, if you have learned about the function, that function in Java, we called it method. Only the difference between the name. In C, C++, we called it function. In the Java, we called it the method. So you can say As per your use, as per your understand, you can say it is a function or the method, both are the same thing. For the timing, if you don't know about the function or the method, okay, it's okay, no problem. For the timing, just remember that in C++, what we call that function, that is a method in Java. And what is the how you will identify that is a method? Look at this, that length string can be found within the length method. Length, length, that written in the pink or red color. After that length, there are two round braces, open and closed. That round braces have been open and closed. If you have seen anything after a name, if you have seen that round braces is there, you can say that that is the method. That round braces open close, that is the syntax, that is the sign of a method. Okay, whenever you are said, you can see that that is a method. Like this. Look at this, system.out.println. That println, after that println, that round braces is there, right? And within the round braces, whatever I want to print it in the screen, that I am writing. Whatever I want to write it in the screen, that I am writing within the double quotes, or if I am calling any variable, that variable name I am writing, that is I'm writing within that round braces. But that println, after the println, that round braces is there. That println also a method. Println is also a method for printing anything in the Java. So that is the identification sign, that the round braces. And in Java, and that method you can create yourself. In Java, in any programming language, two types of method is there. One is predefined, one is created by us. Predefined method, that means for using purpose, Java itself created some method, inbuilt method or the predefined method that have been created by Java, not created by us. Those called the predefined method. And sometime, as per our need, we also create some method. Those are not predefined method. We are creating the method. Okay. So those are the self-created method. That length method is predefined method that is created by Java, and in Java created lots of methods, and that each and every method have their own features. Like that length method, suppose a string length. Okay, that what is that string length? Suppose that string greeting that equals to hello, that string variable I have declared, i can easily I can easily count that how many, what is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, 5 is the length of the string because there are 5 characters. HELLO. That there are 5 characters. That means that 5 is the size or the length of that string. If it is uncountable, that time what will be happen? How will you count that? If you have declared a string of suppose 1,000 lakhs of character, collection of 1,000 character, that time it is become uncountable. You can count it, but it is become uncountable that time. And if you are going to count it yourself, that time it will take so much time. In that situation, how you will know that what is the size of your string is? So for knowing the size of your string, there Java have been created a method. I've already told you now that in Java there are lots of method have been created by Java, predefined method, and each and every method have their separate uses, separate facilities. Like that length method, if you want to know the size of your method, that time using that length method you can know the size of your string. And how to implement that length method? Look at this syntax. Suppose string txt equals to a long string I have written. That is what? That is a variable declaration, simple variable declaration. That variable having the string data type. Txt is the name of the variable, and that thing, that is the string that I have written within the double quote. Now it is very big. So I wanted to know the what is the length of your string is. How can I know that? System.out.println, within the round braces, look at this. Within the double quote, I am writing something. Why I am writing something? Because we all know that in the system out of println in within the round braces, if I am writing something within the double quote, that time
Sir,
that
your voice is lagging.
is it okay now? Is it okay? Hello, hello, Ujasvi, is it
Yes, sir,
okay
now
now?
it's okay.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. We all know that in the system out of println within the round braces, within the double quote, if whatever I am writing in Java, that will be printed in your screen as it is. As it is, it will be printed. So I am writing a message. So we can understand that. What is that? Suppose then we are writing a message. Why we are writing? I'm coming into that. Plus, that is what? In the previous session, I have told you that. That is what? That is called the, what is the name of that sign in Java? Hello?
Concat
Concatenation.
concatenation sign.
Yeah, this is the concatenation sign. Why? When you will understand that this is a concatenation sign. When you are you are doing any addition, that time it is not a concatenation sign. But look at this. This is a string plus txt, that variable name I am writing, dot length, that length method, that predefined method in Java that I am using. Why I am using? Because I wanted to know the size of that particular string. And why the txt? Because you need to indicate that what string you want to know the size. That's why you need to mention the name. So I am mentioning here that txt having a string, that string I wanted to know the length. That's why I have written txt, that variable name, dot the length function or the length method. Using the length method, we can know the size of your string. And why I am writing, just remember, if I am removing this message, if I am removing that message, you can write it as it is, like this also, the txt dot length. That time what will be happen? Only whatever the length of your string as a number, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, whatever the number, that will be only printed in your screen. Okay, that means the txt dot length, when you are writing that, the number, only the number will be printed in your screen. For the understanding purpose, what is that number is, just because I can understand that, that's why I have writing a message, the length of the txt string is, plus that concatenating with the number, or the concatenated but with the numbers. That means that size, that number is the size of your string. Is that part clear?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Okay, everyone, please execute that program so you can understand that. And don't forget to declare the class. Every time I'm telling you, this is the main thing. Whenever you are implementing that in Java, first of all, the necessary thing is create a class, then follow the sequence, follow the step, create the class, then create the body, start the curly braces, that is public static void main string as. After declaring the main method, create the body for that main method. After creating the body for the main method, how will you create? Using the curly braces, opening and the closing. Within the body, declare that variable, and declare the variable as a string type, and then within that double quote, a big string declare that value, write a big string. After that, system out of println, write a message so you can understand what is that number is. Write a message, concatenate with the size using that variable name dot length function or the method. Now, everyone, please execute that particular one. So you can, it will be more clear to you now. Then please let me know when you are finished. Is it done, everyone? Hello.
Done, sir.
Okay. You are getting the output. You can understand it. What is that? Why I have that message I have written and that with the text dot length
Yes, sir.
and rest of the everyone have completed now. Or still pending?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to the next topic. Now, like the length method, that is length is what? For knowing the length. Like the length method, I've already told you in Java, there are lots of predefined methods. And every methods have their separate uses or the facilities. Like there are like two uppercase method, two lowercase method. There are two more methods, that is two uppercase, two lowercase. What is that method? Suppose that string, look at this example. String txt equals to hello world. I have written. After that, I remember that I want to make the whole string on uppercase or in lowercase. That whole string, because that hello world, only that hello h from the hello, w from the world, that h and w is in the uppercase. Now I wanted to make the whole string in uppercase or lowercase. How you can do that? Just same thing. System read out of println name, write the name of the particular variable that you want to make the value as uppercase or in lowercase. After that, dot to uppercase method for making it in uppercase, dot to lowercase method for make it as lowercase. After that, whenever you will execute, that will become in uppercase and the lowercase. Right, it execute that program. In that previous program, that for the string, for knowing the length of your string, into that program you can implement that one. Just after the txt dot, just use that particular method, remove that dot length, place that to uppercase or to lowercase. Is it done, everyone? Hello.
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay, I'm going to the next topic now. Finding a character in a string. Suppose look at this example. There are for finding a character, finding a character in a string. That means if you want to find something, suppose look at this example. Please locate where locate occurs. A long string I have written, and suppose I wanted to know the position of that locate. Particular locate, where is that locate word is there? That position I wanted to know. For knowing that, also there is a separate method, that is inbuilt method, and that is the index of method. Index of method Whenever if you are using that index of method, how you need to use that? Same thing, that system that you have declared a variable, a long string you have declared. After that, from in between that string, you want to know the any particular position of any particular word or particular letter. How you can know that? System out of println, same, the variable name you need to you need to write dot. There is a separate method, that is the index of method, index of, and within the round braces, here you need to write within the double quote, you need to write the word that you are looking for, that you are looking for. That will give you the actual position, what is the position of the that locate is. If you count that p in the 1, l2, e3, a4, s5, e6, after that there is a space that will be also counted at 7, and that output will be 7 because after 7 that locate is starting. Look at this, there are two locate is there, two locate is there. That means but it is giving you the output of the first one. Because whenever you are writing that, whatever you are looking for, you are writing that particular word, whenever it will find that particular one, it will give you that exact location. After that it will not give you any location, because that locate, it will give you an output as 7. After that there is another locate, that locate location will not be provided. Okay, the Java numbers and the string, adding numbers and string. I think those topics have been clear, right, in the previous session. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those topic, I think that those topic have been clear, have been completed in the previous session. Okay. Still, let me again. I'm telling you that. Okay. Look at this. Java number string. Warning. There is a warning. What is that warning? Java uses the plus operator for both addition and concatenation. When it is addition, look at this example. Two variable you have declared. Integer x equals to 10. Integer y equals to 20. Now you are doing the addition. How will you add that two value? 10 plus 20 equals to 30 using that plus sign. That is the addition when you are doing addition with the numbers 10 plus 20. But if you are doing any concatenation, when you are doing the concatenation, because a plus b, that you can't do the addition, that time you are doing the concatenation. Suppose I have written char x equals to a, char y equals to b. After that char c equals to a plus b. That time you will not get any output like 10 plus 20 equals to 30. A plus b, it is not possible. Into that example, look at this is a very important example. String x equals to 10. I have already told you that within the double quote, whatever you are writing, that will become a string. Either it is a number, either it is a character, or either it is whatever it is. Whatever it is, if you are writing something within the double quote, that will be a string. Like here, the data type I have declared as string, and x equals to 10 I have declared value. That 10 is number, but I have put it into the double quote. I have put it into a double quote. That means that 10 is not anymore a number, that is became a string. Now again, that string y equals to 20, again it is within the double quote. In that case, look at this, string z equals to x plus y. I am adding two string. I am adding two string just because those are two string, that will not give you the output as 30. 10 plus 20, that is become the 30. That output you will not get, because you are doing the addition. You are not doing the addition, you are doing the concatenation. Why? Because both the value that are the string value. When you are using that plus sign for adding the to merge that two string, that time you are doing the concatenation, and that time you will get an output like 10 20, because it will not give you an output as 30, it will give you an output as 10 20, because both the value are in string. If this is this that if it is not a string, if it is a number or integer, that time you can get the output as 30. But just because this is a string, that's why you will get the output as that whenever that string z equals to x plus y, whenever you will call that system out of println and within the round braces that z you are calling, it will give you an output as 1020 because both that value are a string value. Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now another example. A little bit changes. String x equals to 10. Integer y equals to 20. One is a string, another one is the integer. And string z equals to x plus y. That means in that scenario also you are doing such a same kind of thing, like you are doing addition with a string with a number. Again, the same situation you will face. It will not give you the output as 30 because one is a string, one is an integer. You will again get the output as 10 and 20 because one is a string, one is an integer, and you cannot do the addition of a string. Suppose if it is a no, if it is not a 10, if I am writing instead of the 10 I am writing a, and I am doing a plus 20, so that means it will become a20 because one is a string, one is an integer. Clear? Hello? Is it clear? That
Yes,
that,
sir.
that little concept you need to remember all the time because those are the basic thing and very important thing. Now, the Java math function. What is the Java math? The Java math class has many methods that allows you to perform mathematical tasks on numbers. Mathematics, that means that goes up on the numbers. You can do like math.max, math.min. What is that math.max, math.min? Suppose, is there any,
Minimum, maximum.
yeah, suppose you have declared two variables and you want to compare from suppose you have declared many variables. In between that you want to pick up the maximum value, which one is the max and which one is the man. There is also some for finding the minimum and the maximum value. In Java there are some predefined method like max method and the min method. Max method is for finding the maximum value. Min is for finding the minimum value. Suppose is there any example? No, there is no proper example. You can execute that. I hope you can execute that, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
That for the max value, for knowing the mean value. Suppose you have declared that. Suppose two variables we have declared. Now you are doing math.max. Here you need just you can write the variable name. Just instead of the 5 and 10, you can write the value also. You can write the that variable name also. There is another method that is math square root. Math dot square root. What is that square root of 64? Can anyone just tell me? What?
8.
8. 8 is the square root of 64. Suppose if you want to know the square root of any number, for knowing that particular thing, knowing that square root of that any particular number, that there is another method for that, that is sqrt, that square root. And suppose you have declared the integer x equals to 64. Okay, integer x equals to 64. Now you want to know the square root of 64. System read out of println within the round braces math dot sqrt, and within that math is what? Here is not the math. Here you need to write the variable name. You need to write the variable name like, or no, I'm wrong. Math dot square root, sorry, this you need to write that math dot square root. In the round braces you need to write the name of your variable. You need to write the name of your variable because that variable is containing that 64. Suppose that x equals to 64, that means that 64 I am assigned to the x. So system out of println within the round braces, you just need to write that math dot sqrt. Within the round braces, you need to write the variable name. Now this way you can know the square root of any particular value. Those are the math function. Now coming into the Java if else. Java if else, basically, suppose you are invited in a program. You are invited. Suppose you are invited in any program. Your friend's birthday, that your friend have your friend have invite you in his birthday. In that situation, you are telling your friend that if I am free, then I will come. Else, I will not able to come because I will be busy. That means if I am free, then I will come definitely. Else, I will not. That means that if else is the same thing. That if else is the same thing. Java supports a usual logical conditions from mathematics. Less than, for comparing. We have already learned na? Less than equals to, greater than equals to, double equals to, not equals to. There are such kind of conditional operator, right? For checking the condition in the logical or not, those are not. That that condition operator, that greater than, less than, greater than, equals to. Are you remembering that thing? In the previous session, I have learned that. We have learned that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, those condition we will use in the Java if else. Less than, look at this, less than, a less than b, less than or equals to, a less than equals to, that means a less than equals to b, that means a have to be lesser than or equals to b. Greater than, a greater than b, greater than or equals to, a greater than or equals to b. Equals to, that will check the thing that both are the same or not. A double equals to b, not equals to, a should not be or equals to b. You can use this condition to perform different action from different decision. Java has the following condition statement: if statement, else statement, else if statement, switch statement. There are some conditions in Java. For checking the condition, there are 4 type of condition: if, else if, switch. So one by one, I'm coming to that. The first one is if statement. The if statement, use the if statement to specify a block of Java code to be executed if the condition is true. That means, look at this example. I'm not going deeply into the theory. Directly, I'm going to the example. Then you will understand that better. What is that if statement? If statement, it is a that if statement, it's have their own syntax. Whenever you are using any if statement, you need to follow the syntax and follow the declaration. What is the syntax? Look at this. How that you are using the if statement. That's why you need to write that if. After that, you need to start that round braces open and the close. That means if after having that round braces is there, that means what is that? After that, if there is round braces is there, that and that is that round braces is the identification sign of what? Just few minutes earlier I've told you. That is the identification of a method. Whenever you have seen that there is that round braces after any name, that will be a method. So if basically we are saying that if statement, if you need to write that if. After that, within the round braces, you need to give the condition. What condition? Using the conditional operator like the less than, greater than, like the a less than b, a less than equals to b, a greater than equals to b. Those kind of condition you need to give into that round, under that round braces. After that, that if block, if statement have their own body also, like the class have its own body, like the main method have its own body, like same if also having its own body. This is the basic syntax. Now coming into the example, we are using the if statement. If 20 greater than 15, if that 20 is greater than 15, system out of printer, and 20 is greater than 18. 20 is greater than 18. Basically, what is happening here? I am checking a condition. I am checking the condition. If 20 is greater than 15, that is the condition is true or false? Hello? Is that condition true? Because 20 is bigger than 15. When that condition is become true, then only it will enter the body of that if statement. And where is that body is starting? It is starting from that curly braces and it is ending at that curly braces. That body, that's why that body you have to create for the if statement. And that's why that body, that if statement have its own body. If that condition becomes satisfied, then only it will enter the body. And after entering the body, what it is getting under that, there is system.out.println, that message will be printed in your screen that 20 is greater than 15 or 18, 15. That condition that will be printed in your screen. And if that condition is become false, writing, suppose I'm making that 15 as 35. Now is that condition is true or false?
Sir.
False. Now is that condition is became false. There in that case, not, it is that when that statement became not satisfied, it will not enter that block. And if it is that, that means if it is not entering that particular if statement body, that time it is not getting that particular one, so it will not print anything in your screen. Basically, what is the main thing? That if statement, if that condition becomes satisfied, then it will enter the body, and whatever under the body, whatever it is getting, it will do the thing. If that condition became false, that time it will not giving you any output. Look at this example. Integer x equals to 20, integer y equals to 18. That two, what is that thing? That x and y, what is this? Integer x and integer y, this is what? Hello? A simple answer. What is that? What we are declaring?
You were declaring the values inside of the variables.
Yeah, simple answer. Yeah, we are assigning variables in each and every program, right? That answer you should give it in quickly. Okay, by the way, integer x equals to 20, integer y equals to 18. Two different variable I have declared, x and y. X having 20, y having 18. Now I am comparing. I'm using the if statement. If x greater than y, then enter the block and print that x is greater than y. Look at this. I can compare to variables also, variable value also. We can compare to variables also. We are doing what? We are doing the comparison in between that x and y variable. In that case, we are not writing the any number that like 20, 30, 18, whatever the number is. That I am not writing. I am comparing the variable. That's why I have written the variable name here and I am comparing. If x is greater than y, then enter the block and print that x is greater than y. If that condition is false, that it will not enter the block. That means it will not print anything in your screen. Is that clear? Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now coming to the else part. What is that else part? Very beginning, I have told you that suppose your friend have invited you in his birthday, and that you are telling your friend that if I am free, then I will definitely come. If I am not free, else I am not able to come. If I am free, then I will definitely come. Basically, else part is like the same thing. What is that else part? Use the else statement to specify a block of code to be executed if the condition is false. In that scenario, only when you are using only the if statement, when that condition is true, then it is printing. If that condition is became false, nothing is printing, right? But my need is if that condition is true, then x is greater than y. If the condition is false, I want to print something else. For some printing any something, the alternative things, if that condition is become false, alternatively, if I wanted to do any another task, that scenario we can use that else statement. Let's see the example. What is that? Like the same thing, like the same if statement. For the if statement, using the if statement, it have its own syntax, right? Else also have its own syntax. What is that syntax? First of all, you need to if. Without if, you cannot use the else. Remember one thing, that without if, you cannot use the else statement. And look at this syntax. If Under the round braces, here you are giving the condition that x greater than y or 20 greater than 18 or like that condition you are giving under the round braces. After that, you are creating the body for the if statement. After that, after whenever that if body is, you have closed the body of the if statement. After that, you are writing else. Just after writing the else, here you are not giving any condition. Here you are starting the, again you are starting the body for the else part by using the curly braces here and the ending curly braces here. That means this is the basic syntax of using the if else statement. First of all, if you need to use, you need to give the condition, create the body, else create the body. Now I am coming to the example. Notice that example. Int time equals to 20. Okay, int time equals to 20. A normal variable I have declared. One variable I have declared. One variable I have declared. Now I am using the if else statement. If under the if I am giving the condition what? That time 20 is less than 18. It is checking the condition. Only one variable I have declared and I am checking the condition with 18. If the time I am calling, that variable name I am calling, that means the time I am writing here, that means the time is containing 20. The time is containing the 20. That means time less than 18 I am giving the condition. That means that instead of the time, that what is the value of the time, it is coming into the place of the time. What I am not writing the value of that, I am directly writing the variable name. It will automatically pick up that value. Time is less than 18. Is that if that condition is became true, that time is less than 18, is that condition true? Hello.
20 is
Yes, sir.
greater than 18, so
So the condition is become false.
condition became false. So the statement which is inside the else block will be executed.
Yeah, that condition is become false. Just when that if condition is became false, in that scenario, it is not entering the if statement. It is not entering the if statement because that condition is became false. In that, when that condition is became false, it is coming to the else block. It will enter the else block. It will print the good evening. It will print the good evening. But I am making this at 10 when now that condition is became true, right? Now that the condition is became true. When that condition is became true, that time it will enter the if block and it will print the good day. Are you getting what is that if else statement? Why that if else statement? What is the purpose of using that if else statement?
Yes,
First of all,
yes.
check the condition. If the condition is true, enter the if block and execute the if block. If the condition is false, that particular condition under the if block you have assigned, if the condition is false, directly don't, if the condition is false, don't enter the if block, directly go to the else part and execute whatever in the else block. Is that part clear to you all now, that if else statement? Hello, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, I want to hear from everyone. And
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, very good. Please execute that program. Important thing, important program.
Done, sir.
Yes, sir, it's done.
Is it done, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're getting the output, and
Yes,
I
sir.
hope you have understand that what is that if else statement. Very important topic. Now you have used that if else statement. Suppose in that when you are using the if else statement, in that situation you are assigning only one condition here in the if block. Suppose you have more than one, like 2, 3, 4, 5 condition to check. If you have more than one condition, suppose here you are giving the time is less than 18, only one condition you are giving. If you have more than one, like 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 condition to check, in that situation you can use that else if statement. Else if statement, if else statement is different. Else if statement, let's see the uh, syntax of else if statement. In when you are using if statement, only the if statement. When you are using the else statement, without if you cannot use the else. When you are using the else if statement, without if else you cannot use that else if statement. Right? See the syntax. See the syntax. If here you are giving the condition number one condition. Suppose you have two conditions. Suppose condition one you are giving here, you are creating the body or the block for the if statement. After that you are using else if statement. What is that else if statement? Look at this again. After using the if, you are using the else if. Here you are giving another condition to check, another condition to check. That is the condition 2. Am I audible, everyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in the else if we are writing the second condition. Again you are creating the block for the else if. At the end you are writing the else block. What will be happen? First condition, when that if condition is became false, it is coming to the else if condition. It will again check another condition. If again these condition also became false, then only it will come
Yes,
to
sir.
the else block. And not only two condition you can use. If you have 10 condition to check, you can write after the if, you can write 10 else if. Even if you have 100 condition to check, you can write 100 else if state. That else if block you can write in your program, and each and every else if you can assign different condition. One became false, it is coming to the another else if. Another became false, it is coming into the another else if. Like the way did multiple condition it will check. At the end, if all the condition is became false, then only it will come to the else block. Let's see the example. Let's see the example. Suppose int time equals to 22. Okay, if the time equals to 22, a normal variable, integer variable I have declared. If, and here I am using the if else if and the else statement. If time is less than 10, if that condition is become for true, enter the if block, system will order printed and good morning. Else if time is less than 20, look at this. Here I am checking the another condition. Time we are comparing with 10. Here we are comparing with 20. If else if the time less than 20, print good day, else good evening. That means if the time is less than 20, print good morning. If time is less than 20, print good day. If both the conditions become false, come to the else block and print the good evening. Are you getting that particular else if statement? It is not so hard or simple thing. In the if else statement, you are checking one condition. When you are using the else if, you are checking the multiple condition. That is the basic thing. Is it clear? All of you are getting the concept, or you are having any issue? You can, don't hesitate. You can say that if you are not getting any point, you can tell me. I will explain that again and again until and unless you are not getting that getting it properly. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, execute that program, that else program. Huh.
Completed, sir.
Okay, you are getting the output.
Yes, sir.
Shorthand of else if. There is also a shorthand else if else, which is known as ternary operator because it consists of three operands. There is a shorthand note, that means that thing that aste, that thing that if else, sorry, not dot one, that if else, look at this, that if else, that you are writing a code, 1 2 3 4 5 lines of code you are writing, that you can write it in a single line. How you can write that? And that is called the shorthand of if else. Shorthand of if else. First of all, what we are doing, what is the syntax? Notice that syntax. Variable equals to condition, and that asking mark is called the ternary operator. Okay, that asking mark is called the ternary operator. Expression true, expression false. Expression true, expression false. Look at this. Variable declaration. But that variable, what is that variable? That int time equals to 20. Here we are declaring the variable. Condition, that condition you are giving in the if block. After that, expression true, expression false. That means if that if block, that condition is true, it is printing good day. If that is became false, it is printing good evening. That means here you will write good day or good evening. Is it that syntax is clear? Now
Yes,
coming
sir.
to the example, it will be more clear. That int time equals to 20, a variable I have declared. Okay, int time equals to 20, a variable I have declared. String result, that is another variable. That is another variable. That variable name is a result, and that have a data type as string type. Same thing for that. Remember the variable declaration. What is the syntax? Data type, you need to mention that string or int or char or float or double, that data type you need to mention. After that you need to give a name to your variable, all right, a unique name. Then equals to, you are giving the value to that variable. Same thing I am doing a little bit different. A variable I have declared, that is the string data type I have mentioned. After that I have written that variable name. After that, in the place of the value equals to, after in the place of the value, I am writing the whole syntax of shorthand note of the if else. Here I am giving the condition. Time is less than 18. That time is less than 18. Is then that sign. That sign is called the ternary operator. That sign is called the ternary operator. That asking mark I am using, and here I am writing two message: good day or good evening. If that condition is became true, it will print good day. If that condition is became false, it will give you output as good evening. And in the system out of println, into that variable, the whole thing I have stored, right? That result is what? That result is basically that whole thing. So it will check the condition. If it is that condition is become true, it is asking, is that condition true? If it is that true, then write the good day. If that condition is become false, that good evening. And system out of println, if you want to print the output in your screen, that good day or good evening, that particular output, just call the variable result. You need to call. Any problem in between that? Hello.
No, sir.
Okay. Execute that shorthand mode. বইসা নিল না আজকে। সৈকত কি দেখছো? বানাও। অনেক দূরে এগিয়ে গেছো তো। আগে টেকনোলজি গুলো পিক আপ করে তারপরে তো বানাবে, নাহলে বুঝতে পারবে না, করবে কি করে? আর ওই তোমার ওটা কি কি টেকনোলজি ইউজ করছো? রিয়াক্ট, অ্যাঙ্গুলার, স্প্রিং বুট, সিএসএস, হ্যাঁ, রিয়াক্ট জেএস। আচ্ছা, আচ্ছা, ভালো, বানাও। React JS actually came from the React JavaScript framework. JavaScript framework. JavaScript framework. কালকে এই ফার্স্ট অ্যাপটা তৈরি করেছিল, করার পরে এবার ব্রিফলি
Completed, sir.
Okay. Now, okay, পরে শুনছি। Now the Java switch statement. How many it's completed? There are 4 statements, right? If, else, else if, and the last one is the switch.
Yeah.
Remember that one? I'm going to that particular thing. Look at this. If, else, else if, and the switch. There are 4. So if is completed, else is completed, else if is also completed. Now coming to the switch case. Switch statement. Where is that? Java switch statement. Use the switch statement to select one of many code blocks to be executed. That switch is a statement for what? Look at this syntax. Switch This is the syntax. Basically, I'm not explaining into that. You are using that switch case, right, or the switch statement. So this is the manner, I think, switch statement, switch. Here you are doing the giving the expression under the body, like the if, else, each every step have its own body. So that switch also have its own body. Within that body, case X break, case Y code block break. This is the syntax. I'm coming into the example. I'm going to the example. Okay, going to the example. Look at this. What is actually that switch case is? Integer day equals to 7. Int day equals to 7. A normal variable that having an integer type data, a variable I have declared. Day is the name of the variable. Now I am using the switch statement. Switch under the under the round braces. I am that it. What is that expression I am passing? I am passing that day. That integer day variable that I have declared, that day I am passing in that place. That means day means what? Day means 7. Day means 7. We are not writing the 7. I am writing the day. It will automatically pick up whatever the value I have stored into the day. Now, after that, I have created the body for the switch case. Now, I am giving the main thing. Case 1. Case 1 colon system.out.println Monday break. Case 2 system.out.println Tuesday break. Case 3 system.out.println Wednesday. Like 4, 5, 6, 7. What is that case? That means I am creating lots of cases here. I am creating lots of cases here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 case I have created, and each and every case I have given different values. Case 2 having Tuesday, case 3 having Wednesday, case 4 having Thursday, case 5 having Friday, case 6 having Saturday, case 7 having Sunday. Why? Look at this. That day, that particular day variable, what is the value of that day variable is 7. Here, basically, when I am passing here day, it will look for the 7 because day containing 7. Day is containing 7. So when I am passing the day variable in that place, or you are writing in the place, you can write any number also. If whenever that day is 7, it will look for the case 7. It will look for the case 7, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that case 7. Whenever, because the day having that 7, that means whenever that case 7 will become, it will be printed that Sunday, because in the case 7 system order println Sunday. If I am changing that day value to 4, it will, when that here I am passing the day, automatically you will look for the 4. Whenever that 4 will that switch case will get that, in the case 4 whatever is there, that will be printed in your screen. In the case 4 I have written system out of println Thursday, that's Thursday will be in your screen. That is the basically switch case. It is basically, after that, here I am passing the day, that means that 7 I am passing here, it is switching one by one, or it is actually checking when that's, where is that 7 is, where is that 7 is, that 7 it is checking. If that 7 is checking, whenever that 7 will be that 7 it is getting, it is printing whatever the in the case 7 is available, that is will be printed in your screen. That is the basically switch case. And that break statement, that break, that why is that break? Because suppose, look at this, I have given here 4. Whenever it is getting 4, it is printing Thursday, right? It is getting Thursday. After getting the Thursday, if I don't use that break, that is a keyword, that break keyword, whenever it is getting the Thursday, from the 4 to 7, all the thing will be printed. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, each and every one will be printed in the screen. I am using that break keyword. Why? Because whenever that case 4 is coming, it is printing the Thursday. After that, so it will not go to the next one. It is, so it can break the it will break the switch case. So that's why that break statement is there. Now tell me, anyone having any issue into that switch case? Very easy and simple thing.
No issues, sir.
Okay, everyone, I want, please, everyone, please.
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now the break keyword, what is that break keyword? I've already told you. When Java reaches a break keyword, it break out of the switch block. Basically, when it is getting the 4. After that, my target up to 4. My target is to find the 4. Whenever it is getting the 4, after that we don't need to execute anything. So I wanted to break the switch case. For that break keyword. This will stop the execution of more code and case testing inside the block. When a match is found and the job is done, it's time for a break. There is no need for more testing. A break can save a lot of execution time because it ignores the execution of all the rest of the code in the switch block. Now the default keyword. What is the default keyword is, look at this. Look at this example. Int day equals to 4. Switch, here I am passing what? The day, that is 4. But I have created some cases that 7, 6 and 7. I haven't created the 4. I haven't created any case 4, but that value of day is 4. So whenever I will execute that program, it will look for 4, but that case 4 is not there. In that situation, it will not get the 4. That means it will come to the default. You need to, after that, how many cases you want to give, you can give. After that, you can give the default. Write the default, then the colon, and into that system.out.println looking forward to the weekend. Same thing, case 7, just in the place that case 7, I am writing the default, and that code block system.out.println, I am writing a message. Switch block end. Same thing, switch, I am passing the day here, starting the body here, ending the body here. Within the switch body, I have created some case and also default part also. That means basically it is working like the if else. If that if block is getting, if block is become true, then it is executing the if. If it is that, if that condition is become false, that time it is executing the else block. Like the same thing, if it is finding that particular 4, then it will execute that 4. If it is not finding that, it is not getting that 4, that time it will go to the default part and it will print whatever in the default part that you have written, that will be printed in your screen. That is the basically default statement. Is it done? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you just do one thing, execute that switch case with the default keyword. Okay, same thing, under the main method you need to do all the thing. Create the class body, then under the class body create the main method, create the main method body, under the main method body declare that variable and create the whole switch case. And please let me know whenever you will complete. And let me and you don't need to create all that 7, 6, 7, 8 cases. You just try to execute that 4 or 3, and then you can under that create some 4, 5, 6 cases and the default one. You don't need to make a big larger code. Look at, is it visible to everyone? Is it visible properly?
Completed, sir.
Done, sir.
Is it done, everyone? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
it is done.
I'm going to the next topic. Default keyword. Loop. The loops can execute Java while loop. Ek minute, Sandeep. Java while loops can execute a block of code as long as a specified condition is reached. That means in the if block you are giving any condition that is checking a single word with a single word like 10 is greater than 20 or 10 is less than 20, like that, like. But loop, you can check a condition, you can fix how long you want to check the condition. That is basically the loop. Loops are handy because they save time, reduce errors, they make code more readable. Like, what is that loop? Basically, suppose you want to write, you want to print 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 in your screen. Okay, but in a single, not in a single line, side by side, you want to print that one in the first line, two in the second line, three in the third line, four in the fourth line, like the way 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 that you want to print in the different line. That you can do using, like, you are writing a Java code, you are writing any Java code, and that if you wanted to do that, then in that time you need to write that system.out.println 1, system.out.println 2, system.out.println 3. Like that way, you need to write that system.out.println 10 times if you want to print the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right? Am I clear what I'm trying to say? Is it clear to you all? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if I wanted to print that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, that in different line, I'm not talking about in a single line. Okay, side by side, because side by side it is very easy. System.out.println 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, just I'm printing. But when you are trying to write it in the next line, that time you need to write the system.out.println 1, system.out.println 2, like 10 times you want to write, 10 times you need to code, 10 lines you need to write. But in that time, if you want to save your time and if you don't want to write that multiple times, that is basically, that is if you are writing that same thing different in a different line, that if you want to print that 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9 in a different line, that time you are writing 10 times system out of println. That is, that code is become like it is become very hazy, and it will become very complex to read also, and the length of your code is became it is increasing the length of your code also. So using the loop, you can do it in a single line, you can code it in very short, in a very short code. You don't need to, if you are using the while loop or the any loop you are using, in that situation you don't need to write 10 lines of code. Now coming to the while loop, the while loops through a block of code as long as specified condition is true. Like the if, else, switch, each and every statement have its own syntax. Like the same, when you are using that loop, while loop, you are using, it have its own syntax. While loop, it have its own syntax. While, what is that syntax? You could look at it. You are using which loop? You are using the while loop. Write that while, within that round braces you need to give the condition, and like each and every statement, like the if, like the same, that while loop also having its own body. Using the curly braces, you are starting the body of while loop, and ending the curly braces, you are coming to the example how that while loop is actually working. Int I equals to 5. What is that? Int I equals to 5, that is a normal variable I have declared. Int I equals to 5. Now we are doing the main thing, the while loop. While I greater than 1, when that while that I greater than 1, that is that condition is true. Is that condition is true? Yeah, this condition is true. Coming, it is entering that block. System.out.println I. System.out.println I. Now I minus minus. Just a minute. Yeah. While I is greater than 1, it is checking the condition. If the condition is true, it will enter the while block or the while loop body. And here, when it is entering the while loop body, what it is getting? System.out.println, and here I am passing I. What I? Which I? That I.
5.
So I, that is 5. After it will print system.out.println I, that is 5. After printing, here is another thing, that is the I minus minus. Who remember that? What is that I minus minus is?
Decrement, sir.
Decrement. How it is decreasing? Decreasing the value of I minus minus, that means basically I minus 1. That is basically I minus 1. That means when that condition is become true, it is entering that while block and it is printing the value of I. After printing value of I, again it is increasing the value of I by 1. Why by 1? Because I minus minus, that means I is 5. 5 minus 1, it is became 4.
4.
Now the value of I is that value of I have been decreased by 1. Now the new value of I is become what? Now the new value of I is become 4. Yeah. Now when that value of I became changed, again it is coming to the while block, to the checking the condition. Now the I is 4. 4 is greater than 1. Is that condition true? Again that condition is true. Again it is entering the block, it is printing the value of I, the new value of I. Which one?
4.
The 4. After printing, again it is coming to the decrement part. Again it is decreasing the value of I by 1. 4 minus 1, that means the value new
3.
became 3. Again it is checking the condition. 3 is greater than 1. Is that condition true? Again it is true. Again it is entering, it is printing the value of I. After that, again it is decreasing. Now 3 minus 1 became 2. Again it is
2.
checking. 2 greater than 1. Again it is true. Again it is entering the block. It is printing the value of I, 2. After again it is decreasing. 2 minus 1, that is 1. Now again it is checking. 1 greater than 1. Is that condition true? 1 greater than 1. Is that condition true or false?
True,
False.
sir.
False.
False, because 1 is not greater than, not less than, because 1 is equals to 1. Now that condition is became not satisfied, or that condition is became false, so it will not execute that condition. Enter it will when the condition is become false, it will not enter. So it will, if it is not entering, so it is not printing anything. If it is not printing anything, there is nothing to decrease. So the condition became false, the execution became stop. Now the main thing is, so what is that output? It is checking the condition. 5 is greater than 1, condition true, 5 will be printed. So basically what will be in your screen? 5 4 3 2 1. 5 4 3 2 1. 5, sorry, 5 4 3 2, because
5,
when
4, 3, 2, sir.
5 4 3 2, because 1 will not be printed, because 1 is became equal.
False.
But if you are writing that equals to, sorry, that equals to, then it will give you an output as 54321, because here you are giving by you, when you are giving that equals to, that means there is two conditions, that value of I have to be greater or have to be equal. Any condition is become false, it is become true. When that value of I is become 1, 1 is greater than 1, no, I is equals to 1, yes, true. So it is again become true, it is entering, it is printing the value of I, 1. Now it is increasing the value of I. 1 minus 1 became 0. 0 less than 0 greater than or equals to 1, no, became false. So it is stop execution. So basically, for printing 54321 in a single code, in a small code, I can do it. If you wanted to print it using system.out.println, that time what will be happen? You need to write it in the different system.out.println. Even here, if I'm telling, if I am saying that 500 or 5000, that time is it possible to write that 5000 times system.out.println? Is it possible? No, that time just increase the number here, just increase the number here, and it will execute 5,000 times. Not even that, if you are writing whatever the number you can write, it will execute that much of number, that is the basic, that the facility of loop. Understood? That is that program clear to you all? Very, very, very important topic. You have to understand that properly. Each and every line, each and every concept you have to clear, because that loop is the one of the most important part of Java. Is that program clear? That loop, how is that loop is executing?
Yes.
I want to hear from everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, execute that. Ujasvi, have you understood that? Hello? Everyone, please execute that program. Same thing, create the class, create the body, create the main method, create the body under the main method. Do this. Everyone, please.
Completed, sir.
Are you getting the output?
Yes, sir. 5432.
Yeah, 5432. That you use that equals to with that, you can get that output as 54321. That is greater than equals to.
Sir.
Just add an equals to and execute that program.
Done, sir. 54321.
Yeah, very good. So that was the last topic for today, the Java while loop. Note that one. In the next session, we are starting from the do while loop. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So let me, and just tell me, anyone having any issue during today's session? Anyone is not getting any pointer like that? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Anyone having any issue? Anyone not getting any point? You
No
say,
issue, sir.
don't
No
hesitate.
issues, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
Let me stop here. Hey Lord, let me stop the record.